Australian Pork Limited is the representative body for pig producers within Australia. This entails all the marketing, research and development and strategic policy development for the pork industry and the wider Australian community. The client operates on a not-for-profit basis with funding and credibility crucial to its longevity. As such, successful marketing initiatives and strategies are paramount to securing market demand. This ultimately functions as a means of securing government and regulatory support. In light of this consideration, it is imperative that the most effective marketing endeavours are thoughtfully investigated. This justifies the need for this report and encompasses the research topic to be inquired into. This report was initially commissioned by Australian Pork Limited with the aim of investigating consumer attitudes and desires in the Australian marketplace. The research team has split this into three sections. We have identified a management decision problem, our marketing research question, and the marketing research objectives. These three tools are aimed at exploring consumer desires and attitudes towards food consumption in the Australian market, with a particular emphasis on meat consumption. Australian Pork Limited wants to investigate whether or not Australian consumers are or are not buying pork products and what the reasons behind those decisions are. Australian Pork Limited wishes to address the following management decision problem. How should Australian pork go about segmenting the market in order for them to improve the attractiveness of their product and in turn turn that into increased sales and market share? Australian Pork Limited wishes to answer the following marketing research question. Will differentiating the Australian market based upon customer confidence levels in the kitchen when cooking allow Australian pork to apply this information to increase their sales and marketing share? Australian Pork Limited has a number of marketing research objectives. The first marketing research objective is aimed to determine if and or how customer confidence levels when cooking affects their selection of meat. The second marketing research objective is to determine if consumer cooking confidence levels impact the consumer's desired source of recipe information. And finally, the Australian Pork Limited wanted to determine if consumer cooking confidence levels impacts the customer's store selection. For example, will they shop at supermarkets, at butchers, at specialty pork retailers, and so on.
As per our research objectives, we compared the relationship between likelihood of meat selection in a party setting with the level of confidence in cooking. Utilizing a one-way ANOVA analysis, we compared self-ratings of confidence categorized by their preferred meat against the other four types, which were beef, chicken, lamb, and pork. Our results showed that respondents who rated themselves as more confident in cooking were more likely to select pork at a party. One interpretation of this is that pork is considered more difficult to prepare and therefore preferred by people who believe themselves to be more knowledgeable about the subject. Therefore, marketing campaigns for highly competent individuals should focus on its taste, texture, and quality as a premium product. We then analyzed if there was a relationship between confidence in cooking and sources of recipes, with ratings of confidence as the dependent variable and the 8 sources of inspiration as the independent variable on a 5-point scale. In this case, a regression was most appropriate. Our analysis indicated that Following the Heart was the most significant, as it was 11.3% of all sources of inspiration, with a rating of likely in our scale and a positive correlation. So as confidence increases, respondents are more likely to follow their heart when cooking. Therefore, it's reasonable to assume that the following segments exist: highly competent consumers and lowly competent consumers in respects to cooking ability. To add to this finding, we also investigated the demographics of the sample to identify any differences between groups, if any. To do this, we first conducted an independent t-test for gender and ran a one-way ANOVA analysis for age. However, the results proved to be insignificant for both. Thus, we are more certain that confidence ratings are a good method of segmentation of target markets. Additionally, we tested the relationship between confidence and preferred shopping location to better capture these two separate markets. By running a regression, we found that convenience stores, supermarkets, and other locations predicted 32.4% of household store selection. Furthermore, confidence ratings and convenience stores are negatively correlated, while the opposite was true for supermarkets and other. Therefore, consumers who rate themselves lower on confidence are more likely to purchase meat at convenience stores, while those who are highly confident purchase meat primarily from supermarkets. It was interesting to note that the butcher wasn't considered for either markets. This has strong implications for location of marketing campaigns targeting the two separate groups.
In light of the aforementioned findings, a number of marketing implications can be highlighted. We can see the following strategies to be highly beneficial to the client. Given the identification of two segments of consumers, namely those who rate themselves as confident in cooking and those who don't, we believe that a two-pronged marketing approach is required. More specifically, we suggest that Australian Pork Limited designs a marketing campaign that features two separate personas of people in order to better connect with each segment. In order to gain mass appeal and relevance, it is recommended that the client pairs with MasterChef Australia through an integrated campaign with the television show, which would promote their product on TV, whilst also allow them to draw out the MasterChef concept into the client's own marketing material. We suggest they do this by creating different campaigns around the idea of the home MasterChef. This would allow them to target the two different segments of individuals, as they could focus on having several ads that are directed towards the more premium, sophisticated home chef, specifically those who want to create superior, more complex dishes, as seen in the MasterChef series, as well as those who are less confident chefs in the kitchen at home, capturing the more everyday chef. They could leverage the finding that as confidence levels increase, individuals are more likely to follow their heart when cooking, by designing a campaign that showed the more elite home MasterChef making inspirational creations in the kitchen using obscure or random food items, whilst juxtaposing this to the less confident chef who relies heavily on recipes to cook and uses everyday ingredients. To target those individuals who rate themselves as highly confident, Australian Pork Limited, in their campaign, should focus more on the quality side of pork to appeal to those who have a deeper appreciation for more sophisticated food and recipes. This could be achieved by focusing on features such as taste, texture, and quality. For those who are less confident, Australian Pork should focus on boosting the morale of these customers by perhaps tapping into the insight that even getting the small things right, such as following a recipe correctly and cooking a great meal, is a great achievement, and they should still consider themselves home MasterChefs. They should promote fun and enjoyment in the kitchen, and that through practice, they can improve their cooking ability to become a more confident, elite home MasterChef. We suggest that this advertising campaign is complemented with the supply of recipes targeting each segment, including more complex versus more simple recipes, which have been specifically chosen by different MasterChef contestants. This would drive consumers into stores and perhaps influence their choice to cook pork if it features in the recipe.
Moreover, as part of the recipes, they should include basic products that can be picked up from any convenience store to target the less confident individuals, whilst include more specific and premium ingredients in the more complex recipes, which can only be found in supermarkets. This will help to target the more confident chefs in line with the findings regarding shopping location preferences for the two different segments.